This particular part is talking about the select operation, that how this select operation could be useful. So we know that the select operation, previously it was the part of the data manipulation language, but later on it will be a separate language has been used for this select command. But anyway, select command will be used so that we can retrieve the data from the database. So that's why it is very important command, because always why we use the data into the database to retrieve it later on, right? So that's why the select command is much important. Now under the select command, we have three clauses: select, from, and where clause. The select clause specify the table column that are retrieved. So with the help of select command, we can retrieve the columns. So whatever column we want to retrieve, we write under select command. Now from clause, this under the from clause, we'll specify the table. So which table we want to access. So that table name will write in the from clause. And then last, it is a where clause. So where clause will be used for specifying the particular rows. So for that, we'll put some constraint, some sort of equations. So where that should be that, or that column should be, value should be that. So that type of constraint will apply using the where clause. So with the help of select, we can find out the column. With the help of from, we can find out that a particular table. And with the help of where, we can find out a particular row. Example will be like this: select name from student where city equal to room. Means I want the name of the student from student table where city of that particular student should be room, right? So if this type of query will be occur, this is the SQL query for that. So here the query is find out the name of the student who belongs to Rome city, right? Who belongs to Rome city. So for that, the SQL is select name from student where city equal to Rome. Now, how the whole process will be works. So the first thing is, first of all, we'll find out the name. We'll find out this particular name. We need to find out, right, of that particular student. So for that, the from clause will execute first. So here in that particular query, name is not going to execute first. From is going to execute first. So from student, so that student table will be taken from the database and put it into the main memory. After putting the student table, let's say this is the student table. After putting these student table, it will apply the where clause, means city equal to Rome. So for that, it will search for the city and that should be equal to Rome. So the last one is the last row has been selected. So first table will be selected, then row will be selected, and at last select operation will be executed, means your column. So in that particular row that has been selected, from and where clause, which is the name. So name is Mario. So Mario will be getting into the output. So this is a sequence. So first from clause will execute, then where clause will execute, and at last select clause is going to execute. This is the execution process of select operation or of any SQL query into the database. Now using the select clause, we can use this keyword all and distinct. Select all distinct, and then we'll write down the column name. So if we'll not write anything, then it will be all. And if I want, like I want the distinct value only, then we have to write distinct. It is just like let's say I want the name of the name of the branch. I want the name of the branch. Name of the branch who got the highest package last year. So might be in one college there are number of branches. Maybe let's say the CSE, ATC, Triple E, mechanical, right? So all those branches are there. So from those branch, I want the branch name which got the highest package. So for that, I have to find out the package column, which is having the highest value. And then I'll pick the branch from it. Let's assume that I got the highest package from CSE branch, but the same amount of package will be offered to 2 students. So 2 times CSE will come into the output. So I want only one. So I'll use select distinct name from a student where, and then we have to write the logic for finding the highest package. So at that particular time, distinct is going to be useful. This is talking about select, then column name, comma, another column name. So if I want 2 column name as output, so I can use comma in between. This is talking about like on that particular table, I want that column. So for that, I'll use the dot operator and the table name. So that will be useful when we are using 2 or more table in one query. So here we have only one table. Now, if I'll use 2 tables, so to distinguish which particular column you want from which table, we use the dot operator, but here it is not required. Here it is just telling you that this is also can be done. A column in the select list can be renamed by following the column name with the new name. So we can just write the column name, output column name with as, let's say select name. I don't want the name should come as output. I want the supplier should come as output. But in my database, name is there. So I'll select name as supplier. So instead of name, it will be written as supplier. Comma city. City will be the same. City will be as location. So city will be written as location from student. So in the student table, I have the name and I have the city. But during the output, I have changed the name as supplier and city as location. Supplier and location in the output. So this rename can be done during the select operation. But you remember, actually the column name has not been changed, or column city has not been changed. Column name as city has not been changed, or column name as name has not been changed into the database. Just in the output, it has been written like this. So your database, your table would be the same. There will be no changes by this select operation. Now, after looking for the select operation, so select operation will have select clause, from clause, where clause. If it doesn't have any condition, then where clause will be removed. So select asterisk from student if I'll write. So all the detail of the student will be taken out. Now, there is a comparison operators. There are many operators which are the comparison operator, and that we can use either in the where clause. Generally in the where clause, we use all those comparison operators. One is the equal to, then greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to, not equal to, and like. So like is also a comparison operator. Like will use for the string comparison test, and all these things, for the numeric, we can use it. So let's see some of the comparison operations uh, that we have apart from these comparison operations. So we have like you have seen. Between is also a comparison operation that we can use. Then you have int, another operation, comparison operation that we can use in. And then as is null is also a comparison operation that we can